Hi there, this is Chad Lang here. In this video, I want to talk about a particular episode of Mormon Stories podcast where John Dehlin is interviewing Lynn Packer. And Lynn Packer is, to my understanding, the nephew of Apostle Boyd K. Packer, and also a news personality in the Utah area. I don't know a whole lot about him, but anyways, Lynn Packer is being interviewed on about the life of Boyd K. Packer. And what I'm pointing out here, what John Dehlin points out, is some double standards going on with morality and how the church or people in the church seem to cherry pick their morality and then cast disapproving stones. So Lynn Packer is being interviewed, and Boyd K. Packer's wife was the Peach Queen in Brigham City. And it's basically like a beauty pageant, a Miss America beauty pageant. And this is an LDS tradition. So yeah, she'd be something like 16 years old. And Lynn Packer shows a picture of Boyd K. Packer's wife and the candidates, and they all have bare shoulders. This is a no-no in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We hear numerous sermons on the subject. Okay, I had an argument with this girl I was dating in the church a bunch of years ago because she came home and she starts complaining about or morally disapproving of this guy who's making his girlfriend wear tank tops, and I'm just like, yeah, so I don't care. I don't. I have more important things in my life to care about than judging people's moral character and faulting them over petty, trivial nonsense. Okay? But as soon as you reveal that it's like, you know what, guys, I just really don't give an F, you're painting a target on your forehead that says you're not converted. Okay? You're bad. Okay? That is not having a testimony of the gospel. You can't have that attitude. Okay? And shortly after that conversation, let's just say our relationship didn't last much longer after that. So Boyd K. Packer's wife and all the contestants in their teens are, dressing like you would dress at a Miss America pageant. And then the winner of the pageant, because it's the Peach Queen or whatever, delivers a bushel of peaches to the prophet of the church. Okay, so this would have been David O. McKay at the time. All right. And there doesn't seem to be a moral issue here. She's showing up dressed in scantily clad clothing for this tradition, and delivering these peaches to the prophet, the head of the church, and there's just nothing said about this whatsoever. Meanwhile, in our present day, we are constantly being told that dressing immodestly is bad. And the women are constantly encouraged to not date men in the church who don't really give an F. So there's obviously a double standard here. That's why John Dehlin is pointing it out. So most members of the church may not know this information. I would say they're living in a bubble, a lot of them. This is what information control or lack of information does, is you're living under all these illusions. You have absolutely no idea that maybe certain leaders of the church or certain traditions of the church aren't making a big deal of this at certain times. And it's like, well, is it right or wrong? Is it immodest to have your shoulders bare or not? Or is it situational? Do we have situational ethics going on? Well, Joseph Smith is quoted as saying, what's wrong under one set of circumstances is perfectly okay on under a different set of circumstances. Oh, you can't use that to rationalize things away while you're marrying teenage girls and telling men that their wives aren't really married in the afterlife because you're the only one with the sealing power and they need to get sealed to you. Oh yeah, cult leaders don't behave that way. They don't declare all other churches fraudulent and say they're the only one who has the right to marry you. And, you know, then you basically give your wife to me. They don't use that to excuse this behavior. Oh, no. Actually, all of them do. You know, if you just choose to stop living under, you know, good feel illusions and you take a look, you'll find that this hypocrisy runs deep and has run deep right from the get-go. Okay, and so here you are. Here a lot of members of the church are, especially in a traditional area like Alberta, casting their moral disapproval willy-nilly, faulting people's moral character over the pettiest, most trivial, most ridiculous things you can think of. And they're not aware that, yeah, it's kind of only sort of bad when the leaders don't care about it in this rich LDS tradition. And some members may try and defend the church and they'll rationalize it. Oh, they're not perfect. And, oh, that's when she was 16. And, yeah, I certainly wasn't born by then. But, again, is it right or is it wrong? You know, is it okay or is it not okay? Or under what conditions are you saying is situational? How do you want to argue that line? You may say, oh, well, that's not worth leaving the church over. Well, you know, when you see this kind of hypocrisy and you see this kind of judgmentalism and you're not allowed to talk about it, you're not allowed to bring it up, you're the bad person if you do, you're the bad person if you call it out, and you're the bad person if you say, hey, look, guys, I think that you're living under some illusions here. Now you're the advocate of the adversary. You are the messenger of the devil. You are the worst person ever. Well, you know what? I simply don't care anymore. I'm not interested in using nice tactics to convince people that their religion is fraudulent. If you don't like what I'm saying very directly, I really don't care. Yeah, I call out BS. That this is exactly what I see. I can't live in a religion where I have to stay silent and put on a facade and never call out what I'm seeing going on here. And if I can't do that, then I can't be a part of it. And John Dehlin, yeah, he's definitely got an agenda. He's biased himself. We all are. We all have our biases. But yeah, he's very quick to point stuff like that out on his shows when you watch this programming, and there's a lot of it. So, I mean, if you don't want to make a big deal out of women's shoulders being bare, again, I certainly don't care. I have more important things to think that you're a bad person over. But if you are the kind of person who's going to really morally disapprove of someone who, you know, isn't following all the little standards, all the little rules, and remember, we got David A. Bednar on camera saying you should dump your fiancée because she did not exercise the faith and obedience to take out her extra pair of earrings. When this is the kind of messaging that we get, and these are the kind of attitudes that we have as a result, and you know what? People need to call out the BS, because that's exactly what it is. So that's all I have to say about that. Enjoy your lives.